I want to play this for you. Just have a little listen here.
Lives of great interest is this public message to the passengers right after the accident happened.
Don't move. If you move, it is more dangerous. Don't move.
Mario Vittoni is a veteran rescue diver, a retired accident investigator with the U.S. Coast Guard. He's joining us now. Mario, you say it would have been better to say nothing than to utter those words. Explain what happened in the disaster that followed. That word from the crew, don't move, don't move.
Well, in an emergency situation, people who aren't otherwise trained will do what they're told to do. And these kids were told not to move, and that's what they did. And it was absolutely the wrong choice to make, I think. Well, certainly. You know, those who were on the outside of the ship made it, and the rest of them were looking for it. And so that idea that they should stay still, that it's more dangerous, doesn't line up with anyone's training, doesn't line up with the procedures or what we've learned in maritime over the last 100 years.
So if normally if there's a situation like this, instead of telling everybody on board, don't move, you tell everybody, get your life vests on, come to the deck, and get ready to abandon the ship. I assume that would be the correct order.
Yeah, you want to take them to their muster stations. That's what all their training has taught them to do, is to life jackets on and get to the muster station. That big empty area we see in the video next to the life rafts that the crew's now saying they couldn't get to, well, there was a couple of crew standing next to them and plenty of room for passengers to be there. And so that was the place to have them. And if the captain says he was waiting on rescue and waiting on rescue boats and the water was cold, and that's all true, but the idea of preparing just in case doesn't cost anyone anything except for maybe some discomfort. And so I know they're all regretting that decision, but they should have been on the deck, and then at least you have the option to take the next move, which is the abandonment of the ship. But deploying those life rafts could have been easily done from at least the port side of that boat. The boat that was, the side that was nearest the water, plenty of life rafts, easily to deploy, and they could have had people standing by and getting in them right then.
So this stuff doesn't make any sense. What else doesn't make any sense? Well, right now they're telling us that somehow some 16-year-old kid wearing a jacket managed to stow himself away in the landing the wheel well, the landing gear wheel well of an airplane, and fly from California to Hawaii, once again, like I said, wearing a jacket in 30,000 plus feet, going around whatever 600 miles an hour in a wheel well for like 5+ hours. And this is no joke. Look it up. Please try to tell me that I made this up and say this is a lie, that I made this up. One of the theories from one of these experts is because the dude went into hibernation. Like a hibernation mode his body went into, because we know these landing gear, because I've flown 1,000 bazillion times, plus I used to launch out and recover aircraft in the military, and then that landing gear, it comes down long before them shits land. Just like Occult Science was saying, that guy's right when he says that. That stuff, it comes down and it opens for a long time before it lands. So how is some dude passed out in hibernation mode going to keep himself lodged up there in that wheel well for miles at a time when there's nothing but just open space underneath them, because then that landing gear is down, and it's been down, and it's going to be down for several minutes? None of that story makes any sense whatsoever. What also just doesn't make any sense either. I mean, these are just face value. This is just the story themselves. This has got nothing to do with any kind of conspiratorial details or anything like that. This is just what the news is reporting. What else is still going on now? What, day 47? A 777, a monstrous airplane with almost 300 people on board, has completely vanished. Vanished. Not crashed, not rerouted, just vanished. An Earth that is locked down and is a complete, not just the United States, a world that is a complete surveillance state, with thousands of, really, who actually knows how many, satellites all over the place at all times, watching every inch of this Earth. A huge aircraft, commercial airliner with almost 300 people, has just vanished, disappeared completely. And to top this all off, what's even more amazing, what they just touched on before this, was Joe Biden over in Ukraine, saying that Ukraine's not going to have to walk this road alone against Russia. and about how they support Ukraine, and about how they don't recognize Russia or the choice that was made. We're supposed to be a big democracy promoting. I know we're a republic. I'm just saying this is what they say. I'm just using their own words. This is what they say. That we're a big democracy pushing place, and it's all about democracy. Well, the fact of the matter is that Crimea, they voted democratically. They voted, and they voted to go with Russia and secede from Ukraine. The people spoke, and that's what they wanted. And this whole thing with the Arab Spring, this whole we're all about democracy and let these Arab countries vote because it's all about we need to let the people speak. Well, the people have spoken, and now all of a sudden you in the UK and whoever else you can get to come under you, they're like, well, we don't recognize your vote. We don't recognize your voice. We don't recognize your election. Why? How come? That's what this is all about, right? I just bring all this up because, yeah, we know the news is crazy, but what is going on? I mean, what are these stories? Where are they coming from? I mean, I think that stowaway story I still have from the get-go. It's got something to do. It's got to have something to do with that missing flight. It's got to. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just... It's obvious that these things are code because they make no sense. You're not learning anything from the news whatsoever. So if it's not there to inform, which is exactly what it says it is, then what's it doing? Because people are dumber than ever and the news is still on. So how can that possibly be? People don't know about nothing. And they all claim to watch the news, or how come I'm not hearing this stuff that you're saying because my news ain't reporting it? Well, so what do you think they're doing? If this stuff don't make any sense whatsoever. And it doesn't. It makes no sense. It just makes me wonder, you know, I mean, we already live in a crazy time. It's like, boy, have we not even seen anything yet? I mean, we joke about all the time about what a farce all this mainstream media is and what a joke these guys are for real. And I don't think maybe we haven't even seen nothing yet. I can't believe the stuff I see on here. A 16-year-old in a jacket hiding up in a wheel well overseas from California to Hawaii. Are you serious? I don't know. Just thought it was crazy. I just wanted to share this with everybody because I can't wait to see what happens next. Can't. So, thanks to everybody for watching. Any insight or perception or anything on this would be greatly appreciated because boy are we living in upside down times and I just can't wrap my head around it. I really can't because what's the next story that's going to come about? What are you going to have a house on fire and the firefighters can get to the people inside but tell them to stay put? Hey, just hang out in there. We'll get it. Alright, see you teammates and subs. Thanks.